breathe out love. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out.
Hey everybody, thanks for joining us for our Vernal Equinox rites here at the Prairie Home. As you can see, things are pretty small and mellow here, probably like it is for most people all across the world right now. There's so much that's happening in the world that's changing our everydays. Standard Monday mornings do not look like standard Monday mornings anymore. Weekends are not standard issue anymore either. Everything is different. Things are scary. Things are strange. This is stuff that we may have seen in history before, but not with the tech level that we have at our disposal. So, with social distancing and self-quarantining happening, we're going to be going to a lot more digital things, if not exclusively digital, for some time. That being said, since the middle of September of last year, some of you know that I've been on sabbatical. I have been taking some time. I've been in service for close to 9 years, running around doing things. And I needed a rest. And that started in the middle of September of 2019. It's been about 6 months. My plan was to take a full year sabbatical, but part of knowing what's in your control and what's outside of your control is knowing that it's within my control to do work when I'm still capable of doing work. Effective immediately, I'm ending my sabbatical and coming back into full-time service. Reverend Missy, who is a laboratory scientist, who is in the front lines of dealing with COVID-19 in the state of Colorado. Her efforts are being pulled elsewhere, and they need to be there, quite frankly. Just like my efforts need to be here with the folk at our fire. We're all doing what we can right now during these very challenging times, and we're doing the things that are in our control that we can do. Coming back into service is something that I can do. I would feel lax in my duties if I did not. So, the board of directors for Mountain Ancestors can expect a clergy contract for them to ratify at the next business meeting. And if for whatever reason I'm not serving this church, that doesn't mean that I'm not coming back into full-time clerical service for our community. So, I hope you took a chance at the beginning of the rites, listen to Reverend Missy's words in that song. That when we breathe in, that we have grounded and centered and arrived in this place. That we breathe in peace. Even though things are wild around us. One of ADF's members, Thexelon Dave, as well as Japanese poets from hundreds of years ago, have written about, even though things are crazy and there's grief and strife and suffering in the world, the flowers still bloom when the springtime comes. And I think we have to remember that during these times. That every opportunity that we get to take even a breath, that we try to breathe in peace into ourselves. And we breathe out. When we do things in the world, we try to do that with love. And we hope that you can feel the love and care that's coming from the Prairie Home by our little fireside chat, which reminds me, fire. I forgot to put the fire on. So, please remember, before we get started, to have a cup, some sort of beverage to receive the blessings when that time comes. Everything else we're going to do here, it's going to be pretty mellow today. it's kind of where the world is right now. Since we're staying in, we have to try to find ways to celebrate in our own way. And today is going to be a little bit more mellow of a celebration of springtime and that reawakening and that rebirth. So let's begin by making our first offering. This is an offering of tobacco. This is organic tobacco. And we're making these to what ADF calls the outweller spirits. But when we look throughout history, we see that these people who get classified as outdwellers were just the people who were in a place before the people who had a new tech level or had new shiny gods came into that area and kind of took it over. We're telling the story of American paganism. The people who fill that role for us settlers, as it were, and pioneers, are the people of the First Nations. It wouldn't be right to offer them alcohol or junk candy or anything like that. The right offering to make would be this tobacco. We make this offering to the spirits and ancestors of the people of the Arapaho and Apache, of the Ute and Cheyenne, the peoples of these places where we hold our rights now. We want to recognize the things that have been done right, which is few, and the things that have been done wrong, which is many. It is with this offering that we make a commitment to do things different, moving forward in the future. Next, to have our words right and our hearts enlivened, we're going to make an offering to the spirits of inspiration. Spirits of inspiration enliven our minds and quicken our tongues during this rite, that everything be blessed and welcome by the kindred spirit. Our next offering is to our ever-sustaining Mother Earth. We know her here as Colorado. You may know her differently in some other places. You may call her Gaia, Terra, all sorts of names. But even during this time, when we are scared, she is resolute. She continues to provide for us. Sacred sustainer, great provider, we ask that you accept these offerings freely given and continue to bless us, your children, during this, our time of need. Earth Mother, accept our offering.
Earth Mother, accept our offering.
Children of Earth, we have gathered here beside the fire at the Prairie Home and at your own homes and around your own hearths to celebrate this first day of spring, the vernal equinox. Things are starting to reawaken. We're starting to see our plants come up in the gardens, even though we're just inside to watch them. Sometimes we sneak outside enough to enjoy the sun in the backyard and the plants that are coming up. It's during these times that we have to remember that even though we are inside, that the world is turning and things are still happening, and that there's still tons of time and ability, especially in this season, for renewal and rebirth. May this season bring us the blessings that we need to get through this time. We build our sacred center, as we always do. Our ancestors had temples, like Reverend Werning Grove likes to say, of age hallowed, made of stone and wood. Not all of us have a permanent place of worship. Very few pagans do. So every time we get together, we have to rebuild that sacred middle. We do so, first, like Prometheus did, and steal fire from above. We kindle the sacred fire at the center of things. That will be a gate to our gods and to the heavenly realms. We bless and sanctify the world tree, the pillar of all that holds up the cosmos from the heavens to deep below to the ancestral realms. And the well that reaches deep to the parts where our ancestors dwell, we sanctify with silver, making it ready to receive our offerings to our ancestors. With our hallows rebuilt and ready to do our work, we now open the gates. There's many methods to open the gates. There's many allies which we can use to open the gates. Liminal beings, crossover deities, psychopomp deities. We like to use MAGPie here. We like to invite MAGPie to help us out. Kind of in the same spirit that Three Cranes Grove has Garanus Crane. We have MAGPie. Sacred MAGPie, you who dwells between the worlds, who looks for all the shiny things in existence, please join us at our sacred center. We ask that you join our magic with ours, so that this fire may open as a gate to the gods, that this realm open as a gate to the ancestors, that the tree hold fast the ways between. By our will and by our word, we say as a folk, let the gates be opened.
Let the gates be opened.
Just sit for a minute, children of earth, and be in this space of the sacred middle, that sacred center. The place where, even for a moment, there's a bit of balance in a topsy-turvy time. We make offerings now to our sacred kindreds. To our gods, we offer sacred oil. To our ancestors, we offer silver coins of prosperity. To the kindred of nature, we offer seed and grain that they may be sustained. Kindreds all, join us in this sacred space. Be welcome at our fire. Kindreds all, join us. So, children of earth, during this time of unfathomable confusion, this is stuff we've never seen before. Like I mentioned earlier, there's things that we can control and there's things that we cannot control. We can't control the actions of others. We can't control pretty much anything that's beyond us. Once it goes beyond us, our bodies, then we can control very little. We can always control our emotions. We can always control our minds. We can control our spirits. These are things that we have influence over in these hard times. I encourage us all that when we find those places of strength within us, to at least reach out to one other person, 6 feet away, proper distancing. But reach out to those, because in this time there's so many people who are confused and scared. And if for a moment you could be a beacon or an example of normalcy, just like we pagans find comfort in the turning of the seasons, and as the world changes around us, we know what's coming next. And even though we don't know what's coming next regarding COVID-19 or our families or our health or any of these things, what we do know is that the greater cycle will keep happening. I don't know if that will bring you peace, hearing that. It kind of brings me some peace, though, and here's why. Even though I have influence within a religious community, within a small amount of people, I don't really. And it brings me comfort knowing that things will be happening as they should, even if I'm not there. I wonder sometimes if paganism is the thing that's going to get us through. Like, does paganism as a religion have the ability to pull us through some of these hard times? And I say it does. I say it does more so than any other religious practice, especially because we focus on relationshiping. Relationshiping is our number one way to not only connect with deity, but to connect with everything around us. And if we're not practicing and seeking those right relationships, then it becomes very difficult for us. Seeking those right relationships within yourself, and a big step toward that during this time, is what we can control and what we can't. That being said, gods and spirits of renewal in springtime, we ask that you accept this offering freely given and bless us during this next season. Bless us during these next 6 weeks, that we can find the abundance within ourselves, that we can find the beauty when we think there is nothing but desolation, that we can find plenty when we can find nothing but emptiness. Spirits, deities of springtime and renewal, bless us during this season. Deities of spring, accept our offering.
Deities of spring, accept our offerings.
I don't know about you, but sometimes I just like to sit and look at the altar just to make sure it's all full and okay. Did I miss anything? But no, it seems that everything is here. We'll make one final offering. Kindred's 3, gods and deities of springtime. We ask that you accept this final offering and cast your blessings unto us. If there was anything that we said wrong or did out of place, we do hope this last offering brings us back into balance for a moment. Kindred's all, accept our offering.
Kindred's all, accept our offering.
So, if you have brought some sort of divination tool, and you have your cards or your sticks, or you're sticking your head out the window and watching the birds fly about and looking for it, now's the time. If you did not prepare any sort of divination tool for your own private divination, then as always, the divination that we pull for the folk and for the community, we all participate in this for the next 6 weeks. So, to paraphrase a prayer from Reverend Rowan Grove, I've come to call it the blessing of the seer. May the true sight be upon me and the true words be mine. May I be blessed with wit, wisdom, and understanding, that I may know and speak truth, and speak the words of the Kindred's 3, that all may understand and know. So, So our omen during this time for the next 6 weeks is this. The torch that lights the way also can kill it with fire. This is the way of things. Even if your torch goes out, you can relight it, although it is very hard work. This I have seen. For those playing along at home who speak runes, we got Kenaz, the torch, Rido, the way, and now these, the need fire. Interpret that how you wish, if you want to interpret it differently. But what I saw is the torch that lights the way can also kill things with fire. This is the way of things. And even if you lose that fire within, you have the ability to rekindle it, even though it's hard work. I think we have a lot of hard work coming up for us. I mean, if you look at the symbol for now these, it's a stick with a little cross going through the middle of it, and it looks like a bow drill. And if you've ever tried to light a fire with a bow drill, you know that it's a ton of work and it's not easy. But you can do it. It takes commitment. It takes knowing that that's something that's within your control, and only you are stopping yourself from getting that fire lit. We can do this. And it's going to be hard. And we can do this. With that said, like Reverend Dangler, and thus my wife likes to say, all waters by their very nature are sacred. For a time, we'll set these aside to hold the blessings of this omen for us. Shining gods above, ancestors that support us from below, and nature kin all about us, we ask that you fill this cup with the blessings of the guiding light, of the way that is, and of our power to do what needs to be done. Kindreds all, we ask that you pour forth your blessings into this holy cup, into all the cups at home, filling them with these blessings during this time. Blessings flow through us, sustain us, renew us. Behold the waters of life. Behold the waters of life. The waters of life.
The waters of life. Blessed be.
I'm going to pass this off camera to Reverend Missy. The waters of life. I like to fast for a couple of hours before ritual, because when that first mouthful of the waters of life hits you, you really feel it filling you, going down your throat into your body and just filling your core. It's such a wonderful feeling. So with that, I want to offer some of these blessings to those who could not be here for whatever reason, those who would not be here for whatever reason, and any who may need the blessings of this cup.
We pray for the safety and the health of our loved ones and our communities. We pray for those who are having financial issues, trying to find ways to pay their bills, to find food and toilet paper in all the stores where our distribution system is lacking. We pray for our mothers and fathers who are far away in different places, for those of us with kin in nursing homes whose doors are closed to us, that we cannot come and visit them and see their faces. We pray for our children who are in places far away from us, sometimes different states, sometimes far away in heart. We pray for those and send our love and share these blessings with them, that they may know the peace that we send to them, that they may feel our love. They may know that we call out in our hearts to send them these things. May peace descend upon us who are far away and may be feeling helpless in this time. What we can do in this moment, whatever it is in our skill set we can do, when we do it, it is enough. We are enough. We are one community, one tree, one family, one humanity. And this is where our strength lies, in our ability to be one people, one living organism. Where one of us is weak, the rest of us will pull that person to their strength. That is how we get through this, together. So say we all.
So say we all. Thank you from off camera, Reverend Missy. Really appreciate your words and your prayer, especially during this time.
I think my perspective on things is a little different as a healthcare worker. And I would also like to send love and blessings, strength and healing, and perseverance and endurance to all those who are on the front lines, making sure that the rest of us are safe.
So say we
This is
all.
a trying time to be in healthcare, and our warriors are doing what they can with sometimes minimal supplies, and may creativity abound to keep us safe.
May it be so.
May it be so.
So, for those out there who find themselves in these circumstances, please know that I am officially, as it were, back on the clock. So, if you need someone to reach out to talk to, please ping me. You can ping me on Facebook. If you have my cell number, you're welcome to ping me there. My email address, if people still send emails anymore, is william@mountainancestors.org. If at all possible, let's try to keep things off of Reverend Missy's plate, because Reverend Missy's plate is full of healthcare and medicine until we are on the other side of COVID-19.
That being said, if you have health care or medical questions, I can help provide guidance and perspective. I am not a doctor, so I cannot give you medical advice, but I can help you understand and find factual information to guide us through these times.
For sure.
I'm pretty plugged into the state and the CDC as a laboratory tech.
Last little bit that goes with the knowing what you can control and knowing what you can't control is knowing reality and being able to settle in what's true and real. Be mindful of the news that you get. If you have doubts about that news, we as a pagan community are full of experts, and we probably, if we can't provide a pagan expert for you, we probably know a non-pagan expert that we're connected to that we can get an answer for you. So there's no reason to go through this time in ignorance, in darkness, even though we're social distancing, even though we're separating ourselves to keep one another safe, to keep our at-risk populations safe. We can still do things for one another. We can still make those connections. And even though we can't gather together to light fire, just remember, el fuego adentro, the fire within. We carry that fire with us wherever we go. This is part one of what's going to be coming as far as what religious services may look like in the future. Governor Jared Polis, we were on a faith leaders phone call. He's the governor of the state of Colorado. Governor Jared Polis, during that conference call, said that we as faith leaders should prepare for congregationless services, quote, not for weeks, but for months. And I don't think it's just a couple of months. This is going to be the new norm for a while. If there's any suggestions that you have for us, we have a fundraiser to get some new video equipment out. If that's within your budget, swell. You can find more about our fundraiser on our Facebook page. You can scroll down and find it. It's for a video switching piece of gear to make the presentation of the video that we offer a little next level and step it up a little bit. So that being said, let's thank our deities, our gods, goddesses, and deities of springtime and renewal. For your presence in our life, we offer you our full honor and thanks. Springtime gods, we thank you.
Springtime gods, we thank you.
Gods on high, ancestors who support us and nature kin all around, for all your aid in our life, we offer our full honor and thanks. Kindreds 3, we thank you.
Kindreds 3, we thank you.
MAGPie, for your guiding us and being our mascot, as it were, during these rites, and for our church, we offer you our full honor and thanks. MAGPie, we thank you.
MAGPie, we thank you.
And for one more time, we ask that you join your magic with ours, and let this fire once again be but flame. Let this well once again be but water. Let the tree once again be a pillar of wood. Let all be as it was, except for the blessings that we have created here at our shrine. By our will and by our words, children of earth, let the gates be closed.
Let the gates be closed.
Spirits of inspiration, for honeying our tongues and enlivening our minds, we offer you our full honor and thanks. Spirits of inspiration, we thank you.
Spirits of inspiration, we thank you.
Earth Mother, for always supporting our work, for always providing for us, and giving us the things we need to cobble together to make a life. For all your blessings in our life, we offer you our full honor and thanks. Earth Mother, we thank you.
Earth Mother, we thank you.
Children of Earth, these rites have come to an end. You can't see this off camera, but Reverend Missy has grabbed her guitar. She might have something in store for us. I don't know. So I may step out of the way and turn this over to her. You want to come on this side of the camera?
Sure.
All right. How about that?
So,
Thanks, everybody. Also, just as a personal aside, I know I usually don't ask for this. I'm just going to be frank with you. One of the main drives, not only was it's the right thing to do for me to come back to service during this time, but also, some of you know, some of you don't. I have COPD, so I'm in an at-risk population, and when my wife works in healthcare, who knows what's going to happen. Each one of these rites that I get a chance to talk with you might be one of my last ones, to be honest. So God's be good it's not, but keep me in your prayers. Keep the prairie home in your prayers. We'd really appreciate it. We would really love to keep doing this work for you, and I'm going to do it as long as I can. So I think we're getting ready to turn it over to Reverend B here, who is tuning because she loves us.
I tune because I care.
So, that being said, if anyone finds themselves in dire straits or needs someone to talk to or is having a hard time putting together those Lego pieces to build something solid that you could use in your life, give me a ring, hit me up, and let's see if we can figure something out together. Like Reverend Missy said, the way we're going to get through this is together. So, thank you all. Have a blessed, blessed Equinox season. And that being said, I'm going to turn it over to my beautiful wife.
I'm going to trust you to fix the camera.
I will fix the camera. Why don't you sit down and get out of the way? I will fix that.
Thank you. So, I know that a lot of folks who are artists and musicians and librarians and homeschoolers and folks who have skill sets that are often overlooked by society are in high demand right now for their ability to bring us peace and hope and love and comfort and things to do to make us feel like we're still connected in this time. If you saw my blog post this week, I'm not in that space because my skill set is drawing me to be in the laboratory. And I'm happy to do what I can to help where I can and to do the work that our healthcare providers are going through the ringer to do to make sure that everyone is safe and returned and restored to health. But I also want to connect with my creative friends and do what I can in that arena as well. So if you have some time and you'd like to hang out, I've got a song I'd like to play. It's one that if you've been in my house, you've heard before. And this is a song that I wrote during a time when I felt afraid, alone, and scared. And I was looking for guidance and hope and connection to help lead me through to a place where things were more grounded and I had a sense of normalcy restored. And I think that it's fitting that we end with this time of year when things are warming up, when it feels so cold inside our homes when we're alone. So, pray with me.
Don't understand. Listen to me.
all, stand beside us. Kindreds all, guide us. Kindreds all, keep us together and restore us to health, wisdom, and community. So say we all.
So say we all. So, y'all, since you're not here, the basket is empty. Please find us on Facebook. We have so many methods. If what we do is meaningful to you, if you could contribute to our work, we would be so grateful. Every little bit helps. Blessings, blessings, blessings during this time. If there's anything that we could do to help, you let us know, and we're there for you. We love you all.